And also just to let you know that I am recording this session today. Ooh, Miss Connor's having a Friendsgiving.
Welcome to Here Is Go Back.
Friends are the gift that keep giving. Thanks for sharing, Miss Connor. Turn down the music just a little bit. And for those of you who are coming in, welcome. The link is in the chat. You're going to go to bit.ly/we're jammin with Hans. And we're going to go ahead and get started right now. I'm going to pause the music. And welcome. So glad you guys are with us today. So far we have 44 participants. Welcome to We're Jammin, student engagement with Google Jamboard. And we have our people from Williams joining us today. So glad you guys are here. And once again, in the chat, you guys are going to go to the link bit.ly/we're jammin with Hans. And if you haven't already, go ahead and take some time to complete these 3 tasks. First, you're going to sign in, and then you're going to find the slides. And then in the chat, you're going to share, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Miss Connor is having a Friendsgiving. And Mr. Lovio is eating until he's delirious and then watching the Cowboys win. We'll see what happens. Mindy is going to be eating. Sarah's going to be feasting. Oh, look at that. This is my son, Jonas. You want to say hi? No, he doesn't. And then let's see, Megan is going to visit family. Good for you. And Zahida, I believe it's pronounced, correct me if I'm wrong, is eating and sleeping. Nice. Mrs. Bruce is going to be cooking for your household. Oh my goodness. You leave work to go to work at home. Mr. Wheeler will not be on the computer. Good for you. Unplug. Aaron is going to have a family over for the feast. Nice. Mrs. Bruce agrees with not getting on the computer. Take a break from that computer, guys. Brenda is bringing the parental units over for a feast. Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing. And for those of you who are just joining us, I'm going to drop in the link one more time. Lorena is eating and hanging out with her family. Look at that.
There's more coffee.
There's more coffee. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Hans Tolman, educator, trainer, consultant, 16 years in education, 10 years in 3rd grade, tech coach for 4 years, STEAM specialist at Castle for 2. This year is my first time as a distance learning TOSA. So glad to be here with you guys. So excited. And by the way, did I mention that we have a website? And if you do go to bit.ly/we're jammin with Hans, you will be able to see the sign-in page right here at the top and a quick form for you guys to fill out. Also, you'll be able to see the slides. And then you'll also be able to see videos. This is where I will post this video when the time comes. Also, you'll see an evaluation page where you'll take 30 seconds to help me make this a better training so that we don't have to put teachers through the worst of it. And then also resources, a ton of Jamboard resources that we're going to talk about. So that's that. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. And Mr. Lovio, I give you permission to interrupt me at any time. If you see some really important questions that need to be addressed, I give you permission.
All right, sounds good.
He's going to be my wingman. Thank you, sir. So let's talk Jamboard. What is a Jamboard? I'm going to show you right now.
This is Jamboard. It's like a whiteboard, except it's way better. Because it lets this team and this team work together. With this guy who lives in France.
Bonjour.
On the same thing at the same time.
C'est fou.
This is how you write. And erase. But you can also do this. And add some of these. And even turn this into this. And it's got all this other stuff. So it's really easy to do this. Unless you're no Michelangelo. In which case you can do this. That's because it's part of G Suite, so you can pull in anything from any of these.
Hey guys, I had this room reserved.
And this is how you save your work.
It saves automatically.
Oh, right. It's in the cloud. This is how you pick up where you left off. This is how you share your work.
Got it.
So you never have to do this or write this. So you can do more of this. This is Jamboard, a new way to collaborate from Google.
So that is Jamboard, and some of you are wondering, wait a second, I don't have that huge, smart, fancy display. Well, that's part of Jamboard, and it is a smart display, but it's also a collaborative whiteboard app that you all have access to on any device that has internet. And it can be used for synchronous or asynchronous instruction, and it integrates with Google Workspace. So where is the Jamboard? Well, like I said, it's a display by Google. It started out as $6,000, went down to $5,000, and then BenQ has a 50% off sale for $2,500. But it's also an app on any device. So you can put the Jamboard on your phone. You can put it,
except it's way better. Sorry, hold on, because it lets this.
That's okay. And it's also, you can put it on your phone or tablet or Chromebook, which is what our students are using. So that guy you saw in the video from France, he was on a tablet. Well, that could be your students on a Chromebook interacting on Jamboard. You can find this at jamboard.google.com. You can also go to the waffle. If you ever see the waffle, those 9 dots or squares, you can find the Jamboard there. You can also create a Jamboard from your drive. If you go to your Google Drive, you click on the new, more, and then you'll see the Jamboard option. Also, for those of you who are still working in Google Classroom, if you're creating an assignment, at the bottom of that assignment, you can click that add button and you can create a Jamboard on the fly to make a copy for all of your students. And you can also, it's really powerful on your smartphones and tablets with iOS and Android. So guys, we're gonna try this right now. Let's jump in and try this Jamboard right now. And this is what I want you to do. If you're following along on the slides, you can just click on this slide. If you're not following along on the slide, no worries. I'm going to drop this Jamboard in the chat. Let's jam. And what I would like you to do is when you click on that link in the chat, it's going to open up this Jamboard. And I would like you to click on the sticky note in the far left. It's on a toolbar. And you're just going to put your name, choose a color, type your name, and then you're going to vote on the best ice cream in the world. There's only one correct answer. But go ahead and take a moment to vote on the best ice cream in the world and move your sticky note to that best ice cream in the world. Harmon has chosen mint and chip, which is debatable. Ben is going for the chocolate. Lorena, the mint. Mrs. Connor, she's sticking with vanilla. Oh, someone's changing the game. They're putting cherry chocolate. The last time I did this activity at the Kern Q Tech Fest, someone dropped in a picture of pistachio. All right, it looks like so far mint and chip is winning, but chocolate is close behind. Oh, and then cherry chocolate moved over to strawberry. I guess that's the category it belongs in, the fruit. Lemon flake from Dwarves.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, easy there. Another fruit ice cream. Oh, people are joining the strawberry train. Mint chip or Dwarves peppermint. Nice. Miss Connor is staying strong with vanilla, and really vanilla is like that empty canvas. So here's what's happening. We have, 28 plus people on this Jamboard. If you're not in there now, you can click on that link in the chat and join us and make your vote. But you can see people making decisions and choosing a Post-it and putting their name on it and manipulating that, and everyone sees everyone's choice. Well, what I want you guys to do is up at the top, you're going to see this little stack of frames. It says 1 out of 10. And if you click on that, it's going to pull down and reveal some more frames. In fact, this is just 1 frame out of 10. And if you go to the next frame, number 2, this is something we'll come back to if we have time. How could Jamboard be used for student engagement? I'm going to use this arrow next to this stack at the top. I'm going to go to stack number 3. It says cat or dog, grab your sticky note and vote for your favorite. So this could be another voting activity. On frame number 4, there's this number line where you can put fractions and decimals to plot points on a number line. And if you go over to stack 5, this is a great primary example. I see a picture of a pig. I see some stack of letters, and I can build a word or words out of a stack of letters for phonics. On frame number 6, it said the directions say use the highlighter tool to mark the sentences that show when someone is speaking. Look for the quotations mark. So I could click on this pen icon, switch to the highlighter, change the color, and I could highlight when someone is speaking. Come on, Jen, says Chip. If I go to the next frame, frame number 7, it says, what do you see? Use the pen or sticky notes to describe this picture. And then if you go to the next one, you'll see a place for people to plot points on a XY axis. Number 9, which one isn't belong, and so on. And I could create more frames. They're endless. And you can navigate the frames by clicking on the frames and using the arrows to go from one to another. So that is just a brief look at what Jamboard can do. And I'm going to go back to my slides, and if you would like to step out of that Jamboard and join me, you're welcome, or you can keep playing. But what other kinds of things can you use Jamboard for? Well, I pulled some ideas from my friend Emma Pass. She is the author of The Hybrid Teacher, and she wrote a blog on 10 ways to use Jamboard in your classroom. And one idea she has is you can actually use a Jamboard as slides. Those frames at the top, that could be your slideshow, and it can be interactive. You can use it for problem solving, or note-taking, or mind mapping, or sketchnoting. She has this cool idea about graffiti walls, where after a student learns a topic or a unit, they create a graffiti wall to kind of share what they know about that idea. Interactive timelines, infographics, posters, and more. And I left the link to her blog, so if you guys wanted to check that out later, you can. I'm going to move forward in the slide deck. And this is a slideshow by Susan Stewart, and she gives some other examples. Some of them you've seen in this sample slide deck the sample Jamboard we just looked at. Here's a few more. We see the highlighting, the drag to make a word, and then we have ordering numbers, where students can drag a pile of numbers and put them in order. But we also go into more advanced geometries, identifying angles of shapes, science, and other things. And then this is what Jamboard mind map could look like. Who has made an impact on you?
Hey, Hans, really quick.
Yeah.
So on these Jamboard samples that you're showing us, like, is there a library of Jamboards that people can access, or are they all creating? Would each teacher have to create each of these on their own?
Mr. Lovio, this is such a great question. I feel like you're setting me up for my home run.
Okay.
I'm going to answer that question, and we're doing so great on time. We're going to be able to dig into some libraries. So yes, there is. Don't reinvent the wheel, people. Okay, I think we've learned that. Do not reinvent the wheel. I'm going to show you guys. Before I do jump into that, here's some Jamboard tips. On the right side, you can see the tools that you have on that toolbar on the left of the Jamboard. Those are the different tools that you can use. But a really cool tip that I used to make one of those frames is if you hold down Shift and you're using the pen tool, you can make a straight line. If you want to duplicate a sticky note or an image, Control D equals duplicate. That's a game changer. That also works in slides. Yes, that works in slides. You can save your frame as an image under the 3 dots, and you can use emojis. So those are some really quick tips. Now, before we jump into these samples, I want you guys to at least experience what it feels like to create your own Jamboard. So here's what I'm going to ask you guys to do. In a minute, you're going to go to jamboard.google.com. You're going to click the plus sign in the bottom right corner, and you're going to use images, sticky notes, emoji, or the drawing tools to create a quick Jamboard activity that you might use during a live or synchronous lesson. So think about what you're doing with your kids tomorrow or the next day. How could you turn that into a discussion or a brainstorm or an activity where students are making choices? So I'm going to be giving you guys 5 minutes to explore making your own Jamboard. I'm going to start the timer now, but for those of you who need these directions, I'm going to take you through them again a lot more slowly. So everyone else, I want you to get started. Go to jamboard.google.com and start creating your Jamboard. Go. All right. While they're working, everyone else, if you need these directions again, I'm going to go way more slow, and you can watch me do this. I'm going to go to jamboard.google.com. So if you open a new tab and just type in jamboard.google.com, press enter. I'm going to turn down the music. Let me know if the music's too distracting. All right, so here's all of my Jamboards by recent. At the bottom right, you see an orange dot with a plus sign. I'm going to click on that. That's how you create a new Jamboard. And then that's it. You've created your Jamboard. Now, a few things. I recommend the first thing you do with any Jamboard is you title it. So let's title this one, Vote on the Best Thanksgiving Side Dish. Oh yeah. I'm going to cause... You thought politics was controversial? Get ready. Press OK. That's the name of my Jamboard. Now, on the left side, I have my toolbar. I can choose a pen or a marker or a highlighter or a paintbrush. But I'm gonna do a paintbrush, and I'm gonna choose a yellow color. I'm just gonna make kind of a design in the middle here. I'm just gonna scribble. And I'm just making a background. Below that, I have my eraser, so I can erase different parts of my scribblings. It's not gonna erase letters if you're writing words, like with the text box. If I wanna select, I can use my select tool to move objects, but you can't move writing. Then I have my sticky note. And I'm gonna write out what I wanna say. Which is the best Thanksgiving side dish? And I can use emojis. If you're using a Chromebook, you can right click and go to emojis or symbols. If you're using a Mac, Control Command Spacebar will get you your emojis. I'm gonna look for a turkey. And then I'm gonna choose orange and save. I'm gonna turn off the music. And then cancel. I'm gonna drag my sticky to the middle. I'm gonna make it a lot bigger.
Hey, Hans, sorry to interrupt. Somebody's trying to get in the meeting.
Oh, let me see if I don't have a waiting room. So would you mind sending them the link for?
Yep, will do.
Tamara, thank you for letting me know. That may be the music, so sorry about that. Now, if I wanted to continue, how are we doing on time?
It is, you got 10 minutes.
Awesome, that's enough time. I'm gonna give you guys about 40 more seconds to finish your Jamboard. Now, below the sticky note is where you would add an image. Now I can upload an image from my computer, or I can do a copyright-free image search. And these are images that are free to use and reuse. And I'm gonna put mashed potatoes. Oh, those look good. I'm gonna drop this in, put that in one corner. I'm gonna click on the image again, and let's do sweet potatoes. Lots of starch with Thanksgiving, right? How else are you gonna gain all that Thanksgiving weight? All right, and then I'm gonna look for green beans. That looks delicious. What's another side dish? What am I missing here?
Stuffing.
Oh, what was I thinking? Did Mr. Lovio save the best for last?
That wasn't me. That was Mr. Fleming.
Oh, Mr. Fleming, sorry.
No problem.
I didn't look at the name. Cool, okay.
You can't tell by the sound of our voice. You should know it's better.
I should. I take 100% responsibility. All right, so hopefully you guys have had a chance to create your Jamboard. Now, if you want to join me back on my slideshow, in fact, I'm going to drop in the slideshow in the chat just in case you want to follow along or have it for another time. All right, so if you want to join me back on the slideshow, some of you are thinking, but Hans, I don't have time to build amazing Jamboards for student engagement. Guess what? Me neither, guys. Who has time for that? Nobody. Here's what you need to do. Find, copy, edit, engage. Just like Harry Wong, beg, borrow, and steal. But now we're doing it virtually, which is crazy, crazy good. So for our first Jamboard template, we're actually going to skip past this because I want to give you guys more time to explore. But this is a guy I follow on the Twitter. His name's Chris, and he decided that he wanted to share Jamboard templates. So if you click on make a copy, it's going to force you to make a copy. And then if you click this blue button, make a copy, this will land in your drive. It belongs to you to adjust and change and use with your own students. But what he does is he creates these templates. This one's called Jot Spot, where students can zoom in to a particular part on the Jamboard if they have a tablet, and they can draw a little picture to respond, and he has the students numbered. So they go to their spot and they jot something. Love it. The next one is four corners, where they choose, kind of like what we were doing, and then stop and sketch and so on. A graffiti wall, that's a great idea. All right, so don't make a copy of that, even though it says so. The next one, this is a compilation by Ditch That Textbook on Jamboard Templates, and this was all created by Chris, that same author, and there he is. And it talks a little bit about what the Jamboard is, but then he has individual Jamboard activities like 2 truths and a fib, guess who. This is a great social emotional check-in, good, bad, okay, to start your class off with. Thumbs up or thumbs down, fist to 5, graffiti wall, and so on. But the next slide that I want to show you guys is like the ultimate collection. This was put together by Holly Clark, who I found on Twitter, guys. There's a pattern here. But if I go to her Wakelet, I'm going to click on this, and I'm also going to drop the link to her Wakelet for the ultimate collection. And here's what I want to give you guys time to do right now. Ultimate Collection, dropping that link in the chat. So here she has the ultimate collection of people all around the internet who have been creating Jamboard templates, and she put them all in one place. So what I'd like to do is I would like to give you, we have about 4 minutes left, so I'm going to give you 3 minutes to find, make a copy, edit, just those 3 steps. So you're going to search through here, find something that works well for your students, make a copy of it. And for those of you who don't know how to make a copy, if you open a Jamboard and it doesn't give you permission to edit, you're going to click on the 3 dots, make a copy, just like in Google Docs, Google Slides. So click on those 3 dots, make a copy. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to explore this wealth of information. On your marks, get set, go. 2 minutes, 40 seconds. If you're not sure where this is, open the chat in this Zoom and click on that last link I posted called Ultimate Collection. After you find something awesome, share what you found in the chat and how you might use it. You guys have 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. Sorry for the short time. I'm gonna play some music. If you don't find a cool template, I want you to ask a question about Jamboard in the chat. Let's see what people are saying. All right. Megan is saying, love the peer review editing Jamboard. That would be useful for when students share/edit their writing with each other. Yes. Yes. Love it. Thank you for sharing, Megan. You guys have about 1 minute left. I want you to make a copy of at least one Jamboard template. Ooh, Mindy dropped in a link to her Jamboard. I want to open it. Ooh, she's coming up with some Jamboard ideas. Megan likes the 6-word story, fun in small groups. Interesting. Mr. Lovio is liking Fist to 5. I'm gonna turn off the music. Mindy is liking the brainstorming for writing. Yes, love it. Haida is liking that check-in, good, okay, bad. Would be useful for when students are coming into Zoom in the morning to see how they are doing that day. Love it. Aaron is liking the pros and cons. Post a topic or a situation, have the students list out pros and cons. All right. Wasn't that fun? If we had more time, I would have gone more into what are the elements of student engagement, but unfortunately, we are short on time. Now, this was my first time giving a half-hour session for this training. Something you guys can help me with right now in the chat. I have a link to the shortest evaluation in the world, 30 seconds. You just click, rate this training 1 out of 10, and then put one idea on how I can make this better for the next group of people so I don't put them through this horribleness, whatever's horrible about it. So thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to the next time we get to hang out. And if you want to hang out afterwards, feel free to ask questions, or if you have other things to do, we'll see you next time. Take care, guys.
And one of the things also, Hans, is, you know, this is kind of an introductory to it. So it could be to the point where if we need to do a second round of it, where it's more detailed, in depth, sharing ideas, Q&A. That's something that we'll be looking at.
Absolutely. Oh, also one last thing, if you're still here, if you feel like it's a good camera day, a good camera day for you, turn on your cameras and I'm going to take a group photo in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at the camera and smile. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Look at those shining, beautiful faces. It's so good to see your guys' faces. You guys have a great afternoon. Thanks for coming.
Hans. Thank you, Hans.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Hans.
Thanks, Hans.
Thanks,
Hans.
You're welcome, guys.
You're welcome, guys.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
Hey, Hans, can you show again how to make a straight line?
Yes, I'm going to show you. You guys are hanging out for the after party.
Listening.
So all it is, I'm going to jump in a gym right now. Let me find it. Let me find my way here. All right. Here's my gym. I use the pen or the marker or whatever, and I hold down shift, and look at that. Instead of making like, you know, gobbledygook, hold down shift as you're drawing, and you can make super straight lines like that. So I use this for making like columns or crisscross or whatever, that type of thing. Did that answer your question?
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. Sarah, glad you love the music. Lorena, you're welcome. Brenda, you are welcome.
All right. Thanks, Hans. I'm going to head out here. Got another thing to take care of. So.
All right.
We'll get in
Have a
touch.
happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, you too.
All right. Bye.